Hi, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils Health Matters and Living the Wholesome Life. I think this is the latest that we have ever shot. Excuse me. I think this is the latest that we have ever shot a daily affirmation. It's okay, right? I would love to do the affirmations in the morning, and I hope that someday I get back to doing the affirmations in the morning. But life is changing pretty quickly right now, and sometimes other things just seem to have greater priority. So I am doing my best to follow my inspiration, and I pray that you are doing your best to follow your inspiration too. Let's put away all those preconceived ideas about how life should be, and let's go with the inspiration that we are having right now. So, all of that said, we are doing affirmations Monday through Friday, hopefully. I'll just say hopefully because we just don't know what life will bring. So we are doing affirmations Monday through Friday. We are following Dr. Susan Lawton's book, Positive Peaceful Growth Calendar. And if you love positive affirmations, and I love positive affirmations, they remind us where we want to be. And if you love music therapy, and oftentimes through music cheers my mind and it calms my soul. So if you love music therapy, if you love essential oils, and I definitely love essential oils, they have such power. I think God put so many things on this earth that have such power. He is all powerful. And the things that he made are powerful in ways I don't think any of us will ever comprehend. Okay. Anyway, so if you love positive affirmations and music therapy and aromatherapy, essential oils, right? If you love all those things, I think you're going to really love Dr. Susan Lawton's book. It is available at Aroma Tools or Oil Life, or probably your favorite place to buy books. Just check it out. Okay, the affirmation that we are working on this week, and I'm loving this affirmation. This affirmation is so fitting my life right now, and I'm guessing maybe it fits your life too, is that we can find joy in the surprises that life sends our way. We can find joy. We can find the lessons that God is trying to teach us. And as we see the lessons that God is trying to teach us, we become more like him. Because he is all wise. And as we add to our wisdom, we are just a little bit more like him. And I think that is everyone's goal. Okay, so again, the affirmation for this entire week is I can find joy in the surprises that life sends my way. And the affirmation for today is I am proud of me for learning new exercise ideas. Now, as life changes, we all need to do things that help our minds and our bodies with the change. And I think that the way we move our bodies can help us get through different things. Now, bear with me on this, because this is not really a typical Western idea. It's definitely not a typical Western idea. But bear with me on this for a minute. I think that sometimes if we want to be able to change, sometimes moving our bodies helps. Through science, we know that when we move our bodies, it brings a rush of endorphins, which makes us feel good. And if we can feel good through whatever changes are going on, okay, then psychology tells us that if our brain is calm and in a positive state, our brain works better. So, changes bring in, exercise brings endorphins. Endorphins helps our brain stay calmer and more positive. And when our brain is positive, calmer and more positive, we can think better. And as we have the ability to think better through whatever changes life is bringing us, we can help ourselves better, we can help those around us better, and we are more able to do God's will, right? I don't know about you, but it's when my brain is tired and down and that I seem to have the hardest time to do God's will. So, exercise, it can help. Okay, now, yeah, I was talking about physical exercise, but that's not the only exercise that I'm talking about here when it comes to finding joy in the surprises of life. Okay, so there are other exercises we can do. There are spiritual exercises. We can pray more. Like, I don't know how much you typically pray. Maybe you typically pray an hour a day. Maybe you typically pray 5 minutes a day. But whatever our exercise routine is, when it comes to prayer, we can deepen it. We can maybe we can pray longer. Maybe we can pray in a more sacred posture. Maybe we can pray, we typically pray just like lying on our back in bed. Maybe we can pray on our knees. If we typically pray in our mind and in our heart, maybe we can pray out loud. Do you understand? I think you understand. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. That we can improve our spiritual muscles. And as we improve our spiritual muscles, I know from experience that sends a sense of well-being, just like the endorphins do when we physically exercise. Exercising our spiritual muscles sends us this incredible sense of well-being. So, we can exercise our spiritual muscles. We can exercise our muscles in how we build relationships with those around us. Now, I know right now, a lot of us are doing some self-quarantining. And so we have, for the most part, our families around us. It's an incredible blessing. It is an incredible blessing that people around the world are with family. I know. There's a lot of bad things going on in the world. But my mind and my heart wants to dwell on what an incredible blessing it is that fathers and mothers have more time with their children. That children have more time with their parents and with each other. And even if we are sheltering, kind of self-quarantining, and we can't have family members, we still have this incredible gift of technology where we can reach out. I mean, we can actually see someone and chat with them. Do you know that was just like a science fiction type of hope when I was little? And that's what people get to do nowadays. God has blessed us with the very tools we need to stay connected. My heart just wants to sing praise to Him for all the blessings that He gives us. So, we can exercise physically, we can exercise spiritually, we can exercise relationally, and as we do that, we can be proud of ourselves. We can praise our efforts. When we're exercising, do we always look our best? No, we're sweating, we're stinky, we are Okay, maybe if you use certain deodorants, you're not stinky. But like the rest of us are stinky when we exercise, right? And anyway, all I'm saying is we're not graceful when we're exercising. So if you aren't doing everything completely gracefully, completely the way that you would want to do that as you're exercising different muscles, give yourself grace. And give other people around you grace too. We're all trying. We're all being hit with new things right now. And we are all trying our best. And we can be proud of that. And we can praise that. We can. Okay, so the music, the song for this entire week is Bridge Over Troubled Waters by Simon and Garfunkel. And but the song that I want to sing today, right? Remember, we're talking about enjoying the surprises of life. And I'm pulling it from my hymn book that I have at home, because everyone needs a hymn book in their home, right? And the text is from Katharina von Schlegel, born in 1697. This hymn has survived over 300 years. Why? Because it tells the story of so many of our lives. And it was translated in 1813. I'm assuming that means that it was translated to English. And then it was set to music in 1865. Okay. The arrangement that we have in our hymn book was arranged by the Presbyterian Board of Christian Education. It's used by permission of the Westminster Press, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Sometimes I like learning histories about the hymns. Anyway, I'm not going to sing this hymn to you, but I'm going to put a version that I love in the comments. I'll probably put 2 versions. Maybe I'll put even more. I don't know. Anyway, but I want to tell you the words of this song that I'm really connecting with as we try to find the joy in the changes that life sends our way. Be still, my soul. The Lord is on thy side. I just feel like this is an angel speaking to us, right? With patience bear thy cross of grief or pain. Leave to thy God to order and provide. In every change he faithful doth remain. Be still, my soul, my hope, thy best, thy heavenly friend, through thorny ways leads to a joyful end. I love that. The way may sometimes be thorny, but it will have a joyful end. We can trust that. Okay, second verse. Be still, my soul. Thy God doth undertake to guide the future as he hath the past. And he has guided the past exceptionally well. Thy hope, thy confidence, let nothing shake. Nothing shaking our hope. Nothing is shaking our confidence that God is good all the time. And if my son was here, he'd be saying, and all the time, God is good. Okay? All now mysterious shall be bright as last. That means we don't have to understand everything that's going on now. We don't need to understand it all right now. We can trust that God understands it, and we can know that we will understand everything someday. Everything that happened to us someday. Be still, my soul. The waves and winds still know his voice who ruled them while he dwelt below. Be still, my soul. The hour is hastening on, when we shall be forever with the Lord. When disappointment, grief, and fear are gone. Sorrow forgot. Love's purest joys restored. When I hear love's purest joys restored, I think of my loved ones that I have lost, who are in heaven. And I know that we'll be reunited someday. and the same relationships that we had in this life, the same happinesses, the same joys, we will have there and more abundantly. I know that. Be still, my soul. When change and tears are past, all safe and blessed, we shall meet at last. Okay. That is the song that I am pairing with finding joy in the surprises that God sends our way. The God who created us, the God who sent his son to suffer and die for us because he loves us that much. That God is never going to abandon us. He will be with us every single step of the way. I know that. Okay. So that's the song, Be Still My Soul. Moving on to our essential oil part, and this week we are diffusing lemongrass, which is the oil of cleansing, and bergamot, which is the oil of self-acceptance, and marjoram, which is the oil of community. All of which I love. Love the cleansing, love the acceptance of self, and I'm even going to add of life, and love the community. That these oils have different gifts, and they all just make our life better. So, going into bergamot, teaching you a little bit about bergamot. It is a cross between a lemon and a bitter orange. And that said, there's a belief in some medicine systems that it takes bitter to help purge out the bitter and bring in the sweet again. So here you have a lemon and you have a bitter orange. Can you see how restorative that can be? I can. Okay, so originally bergamot oranges came from the Canary Islands, but Christopher Columbus took them to Calabria in southern Italy, where they adjusted extremely well, and now they are grown all over the Mediterranean. It is a sweet-smelling citrus oil with a warm floral scent, which is quite unusual when it comes to citrus oils. Some people call it the oil of self-acceptance. Some people call it the oil of radiant sunshine. I'm going to let you use it, diffuse it, and see what you would call it. Okay, so that said, here are some of the gifts of bergamot essential oil. It helps to bring cheer and joy and an eternal youthful spirit. Now, when you think of an eternal youthful spirit, don't you just see someone who can roll with the punches, right? Someone who's like, right, we have to leave McDonald's playground. That's fine, because just give me a vanilla ice cream and life is good again, right? Children have this amazing resilience to them, and bergamot can help with that. Okay, so 2 things you need to know about bergamot. So everyone, like the most popular essential oil out there is lavender, and everyone knows that lavender is so relaxing. Well, it's so relaxing because it actually has a chemical component to it called linalool. Linalool. Linlool. Okay, and what studies have found is that it's so relaxing. I mean, I think that we all know. That's why they put lavender essential oil in so many things. So many things for a baby, so many things for spas, right? Because it's so relaxing. And bergamot essential oil is is high in linalool essential oil. So it acts the same, right? It is also very, very relaxing. Okay? Now, the other thing you need to know is that it's a citrus oil, right? So every citrus oil, whether it's lemon, lime, grapefruit, tangerine, the list could go on. Anyway, I think I already named grapefruit. Anyway, all the citrus oils, they are uplifting to your soul. They are uplifting to your emotions. So now we have this incredibly unique blend that is calming. It's like, you can relax. And it's hopeful. It's like this optimism. It's like this calm optimism. when you're calm and you're optimistic, don't you almost feel like you can do anything? Don't you almost feel like the world is your oyster? No matter what's going on, if you are calm and optimistic. Like, to me, it's like Annie. Like, right? Or Pollyanna. Yeah, things might be really, really bad, but they knew that life was good. And we can know that too. And Bergamo helps with that. Okay. So, it's great to use when you are feeling frazzled or beaten up by the world. It's great to diffuse at night when you can't sleep. Remember, it's kind of like a twinner to lavender in that one aspect that it's super calming. And everyone knows that lavender is so good to help people go to sleep. So diffuse it in your bedroom. See what you think. Okay. It's great. Oh, it's great to when you can't sleep because you have so much going on that your nerves are shattered, or that you can't sleep because you have so much stress. So, just had a hard day but still can't get to sleep? Try your bergamot oil. Okay. So, Caleb, can you grab me the bergamot? I don't know if I have it on there or in the kitchen. If you can't grab it, you know what? Don't worry. But grab me any essential oil if you can't find bergamot. I like to keep it in my kitchen because I like to put it in my water. Anyway, so, bergamot. So, if you're using something emotionally, I would definitely say diffuse it. It's one of the fastest ways to get it into your system. I just think really that diffusing really works when you're using it for emotional issues. That said, you can definitely put it in like some oil and put it on. I would put it on my heart area. I would put it on my head or on the backs of my necks. I would put it on my ears because you have all your reflexology points, you know, in your ears, your hands, and your feet. So I would definitely do that too. And so you can put it on. But you can also use it internally. Now, here is a disclaimer. The only essential oil brand that I would ever recommend using is doTERRA's. And why? Because they third-party test every single batch of essential oil, and they put your batch number on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that, but it's there. So they put the batch number on the bottom of each bottle. You can go to a site called Source2You, and you can see every test that has been run on your oil. Remember, they third-party test every single batch. And so you can go to the site and you can see all the tests and all the results. You know what? What other company is that transparent? I love transparency. I love to know what's going on in my life. And so I love doTERRA essential oils for that. Caleb, can you grab me a Kleenex? Is there one over there? If not, can you run to the kitchen or something? I think there was a box of Kleenex somewhere. I know, I just saw it. Anyway, so I told you that you can use bergamot essential oil internally, and you can. So, but just to let you know, super easy way to tell if you can use an essential oil internally, if it's doTERRA essential oil, is that it will have a supplement facts on it. And it's going to look like the supplement facts on your cereal box. And it's going to kind of tell you how to use it and how much a serving size is and all that jazz. So if you're of doTERRA essential oils, no matter what essential oil it has thank you, hun, has a supplement facts on it, you know that it's safe to use internally. Now, can you use any essential oil internally? No, you can't, because some essential oils all come from plants, right? And some plants are made to use internally, and some plants are not. So, but it's a super quick check. Just look for the supplement facts, and then you'll know that you can use internally. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Caleb. Okay, so, I wanted to say that you can use bergamot essential oil to help us digest the things that are going on, right? You know what? Sometimes when you've had a really big meal, you just feel like overly stuffed, right? And or sometimes when you eat, let's just say you eat like this big old steak. Well, we all know that a big old steak is a lot harder to digest than like a banana. So sometimes if life is throwing a whole ton of things at you at once, or new things at us, even one at a time, right? they can be a little bit hard for us to digest. And I think I repeat this in like every other video, but essential oils work the same physically as they do emotionally. So if something's going to help your digestion physically, it's also going to help your digestion emotionally. Okay, and bergamot essential oil can help us emotionally digest what we need to digest. Okay, so bergamot essential oil can help us in our self-love. Remember that one of the names for it is the oil of self-acceptance. And it can help us love ourselves and accept ourselves with our quirks and our gifts, right? And it can help us love and accept life with life's big or little quirks, and to see the gifts that life has around every corner. And honestly, in every experience, there are gifts. There are gifts of wisdom. There are, just opportunities in every aspect of life. Okay. So, if you're upset because others appear to have a better life than you, or if you're upset because other times in history seem to appear better to you. Oh, I wish I lived in this time or that time, or why do I have to struggle through the time I'm in, right? Bergamot can help us love and accept what is going on here and now with us, right? And with life. And it can help us celebrate other people's accomplishments, and it can help us be thankful for the times that were past, be thankful for the times that are in the future, but also see the beautiful gifts that we have right here and now. Now, again, I always recommend using essential oils if you're working on something specifically, like I want to be more happy or I want to be more patient or whatever. I would never just say, oh, well, use an essential oil and that's going to solve all your problems, right? Because nothing in life works that way. I would always recommend if you're trying to use it for something specific, please pair it with prayer. Prayer is the most powerful thing in the universe. We want to pair everything with prayer. We want to pair our work with prayer. We want to pair everything that we do with prayer, right? Okay. Bergamot can help us relax and help us uplift us, and remind us that we can live our life's purpose, come what may. It can help give us the energy to get out and live our life's purpose. It is great to diffuse in the house when life feels dark or dingy or heavy. It helps to distill the darkness or unwanted feelings or the heavy energies that we might feel around us. So, remember how bergamot helps us see the gifts in ourselves and in life? Again, I would pair that with prayer. I would recommend praying to God and asking Him, Heavenly Father, what are my gifts? And how can I best use them? And what are the gifts of life as it is right now? And how can I best serve you? Well, serve thee, right? Pairing it with prayer is powerful. Okay. Bergamot. It encourages us because it's a citrus oil. Now, remember, all citrus oils are uplifting, but all citrus oils also have these really amazing cleansing aspects to them as well. So, it can encourage us to release anger or pain that we have held back or are being held deeply in our body. Like sometimes we have anger or pain and we just ignore it, right? And I don't know that it goes away. When we ignore feelings, I don't know that they go away. Maybe they do. I'm definitely not the expert on feelings. But some people think that feelings buried alive never die. In fact, there's a book written about that. feelings buried and alive never die. Anyway, and so it can help us see those feelings, see those experiences that brought on those feelings, maybe see things from a different perspective, and then, just let it go. Give it to God and let it go. Okay, so it can help relieve anger, nervous tension, anxiety, and it can help us specifically, I love this, specifically can help us find peace when our hearts hurt for other people's distresses. Even, sometimes it's harder. I mean, like sometimes when we're going through things, we're like, okay, it's really, really hard, but I got it, right? Or it's really, really hard, but I know I can get through this. But when you see hard things happening to other people, sometimes that's the hardest thing at all, because you can't do anything, right? You just have to pray, and that is doing something. But anyway, so specifically when our hearts hurt for other people, bergamot can help remind us that we're not in this life by ourselves. Okay. As it's a citrus oil, again, it can help cleanse away any limiting beliefs. It is wonderful for those who feel down or hopeless. Bergamot can help increase confidence, and you can pair it with other citrus oils like the lemon, the lime, the grapefruit. I think it's kind of especially good to be paired with other oils that come from the bergamot plant. So the bergamot is actually the fruit, and the neroli oil comes from the blossom, and the petitgrain oil comes from the sticks or the wood in the tree, right? So, and they each have a distinct smell. Sometimes I think that when we pair those oils that come from the same plant, they have this synergy about them. Anyway, try it, see what you think. Okay, it also blends very, very well with flower oils like jasmine or rose. Okay, so some of the negative aspects of emotions that bergamot can help with is despairing, low self-esteem, low estimate of life, self-judgment, judgment about how life is, feeling unlovable, and feeling hopeless. Okay? And the positive properties that can help bring in is self-acceptance, optimism, acceptance for life, feeling confident, feeling hopeful, feeling lovable, and feeling good enough. And 2, feeling that life is good enough. And it is. There are many blessings in life. No matter where we are in life or what is happening in life, there are many blessings in life. Okay, so all of that said, just wanted to remind you that the diffuser blend we're diffusing this week is 2 drops of lemon. I'm sorry, 2 drops of lemongrass, the oil of cleansing, 2 drops of bergamot, the oil of self-acceptance, and 2 drops of marjoram, the oil of community. The song that we're singing for the whole entire week is Bridge Over Troubled Waters by Simon and Garfunkel. But the song that I'm really resonating with tonight is, oh my gracious, I just forgot the song. Caleb, remind me, what song is it?
Be Still My Soul.
Be Still My Soul. Okay, that's why we have children, right? They're so cool. Anyway, well, that's not the only reason we have children. They're wonderful in like so many different ways, but they help to remind us things when we forget. Okay, and the affirmation for today is, I am proud of me for learning new exercise ideas, whether that's physical, spiritual, relational exercise ideas. And the affirmation for the entire week is, I can find joy in the surprises life brings my way. Okay, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life. And I just want to tell us, usually I say that we have the power to make it a good day, and it's late in the evening. So I'm going to just say, I am going to tell us that I know that we have the power to make it a good evening, right? With God. we can make this evening a beautiful evening. Okay, we'll catch you later. Bye-bye.